Alright, what's up, yard fanatics? You're back again with BYD. Now, it's getting closer to the holiday. Easter is coming up, and BYD showed you a couple of things. I showed you how to kill weeds out your lawn quickly. I showed you how to get rid of poana. Now, this is the update video showing you how to kill the weeds out of your lawn quickly. So this will be the update video.
You're watching Bermuda Grad Central, changing the world 1 yard at a time.
Okay, yard fanatics, look, I'm about to give you the update on that my yard that I did the how to kill weeds quickly out of your lawn. And guess who's back? Guess who's back? You see it. Can I open it? I can't make it bigger. But that's BYD Jr. back there. It's gonna be doing a little recording today. Well, actually, he's gonna be doing some demonstrating. All right. So let's get to it. Here at my yard, and as you can see, I'm starting to get some green up. I am starting to get some green up. Now let me tell you what's going on real quick before we even start. Remember, this is the grass that BYD planted himself. This is actually common Bermuda. All right, that part right there, that's the hybrid Bermuda. That's hybrid Tifway 419. That's what most of you will have down south in your yard, unless you go somewhere else and buy your own Bermuda side. And what you see over there is still the ryegrass, still looking good. But let's get to what we came for, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of get a little closer the time it is, and I want you to see what happened to the bittercrest weeds that we had in here. Now you can see it's toast. It is toast, and it's toast like that throughout the yard. And one thing about this grass, and look, I gotta put my foam pad down on my knees, so I gotta get a little closer. This particular grass right here, excuse me, which is the common Bermuda, you can see how it looks real closely. You can see the old runners that came from it. Now, looking at this yard, it looks destroyed, man. But you're starting to see the Bermuda grass starting to come and all over. Now, one thing about this, there's a difference between common Bermuda and there's a difference between hybrid Bermuda. There should be a link somewhere up there. You can watch that video after you get through with this. This gets a lot thicker, but not thick like that grass over there. All right, it's totally different. This is why this grass looks like this when it goes dormant for the winter. You start seeing the old runners everywhere. All right, so we're gonna walk around. I just let you see a few spots. Now right there is that Annual Bluegrass. You see it yellowing out. Now I have options where I can go back and hit it with a second dose of Image Red Label, because I got some spots where it came up that's not treated, and we'll probably do that. But you can see the destruction of me spraying all that weed kill and spot spraying weeds individually. What you're seeing right here is more green up than poana. Now when I get to that other side over there, and we'll walk over there, a little worse right here. Now remember what I said, Bermuda grass does not like shade, and this whole area over here stays shady for a lot of the day. You know, Bermuda needs 8 hours of sun, but in full summer, this grass is just awesome. And you can go back and look at some of my old videos. All this is gonna turn super green, guys. All right, and over here, like I said, this is that poana, and it may be a little harder for you to see, but it is getting yellow in the thicker patches. Like I said, this is shallow root plant. You need to stay away from watering it, and more than likely, I'm probably gonna hit this again with a second dose. You're seeing some spots where I got a real good kill. All right, and you're seeing some spots where it looks a little greener. Those spots actually came up after we treated the lawn. But guys, there's one thing that you need to know about this, all right? When you get these weeds in your lawn and you did the first thing I showed you, how to kill weeds quickly, you sprayed it and spot sprayed it and you're starting to get all that kill off, don't go and pull the weeds out the ground, all right? Let them naturally die. All right? And the thing that I'm showing you now is gonna show you, really explain to you how to get rid of these weeds forever. Now, my Poana video, I did talk about the lawnmower. Guys, now that you've done those steps, it's time to get your mower, cut it as low as you can go, and bag up the clippings. The reason you want to bag them up, because if you have any particular weed like that Annual Bluegrass that has those white seeds on top of it, you want to bag those up so they don't go back into the soil. Now, hopefully you've already put a pre-emergent down. If you haven't put one down, get it down before April 15th. Because generally, if you miss your window, you're going to get a lot of stuff to pop up. But if you didn't, I don't know your soil temps, I don't know where you stay at, you still may have the opportunity to put down a pre-emergent. But what's about to happen now, BYD Jr. is going to go ahead and bag up this whole lawn right here, and we're going to dump it in that spot over there. And find you a good dump spot. I don't know your property, but find you a good dump spot, and that's where you're going to dump this stuff at, all right? So let BYD go ahead and get started, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's about to go over here, and excuse me, BYD Jr. is going to go over here. Say hello to BYD Nation there, BYD Jr.
Hi.
Okay. All right. So what we got about to do, we'll go ahead and walk over here, and he's going to go ahead and crank this thing up. And guys, like I said, the objective now is, now that we got these weeds dying off and under control, our next step is to go ahead and bag up all of these clippings, because you don't know what kind of weed you got in your yard that may contain a seed that can eventually rehatch again. What we're trying to do, guys, is to cut down on the weed seeds, and plus we want to make this thing look good. And by cutting it low, if you did not scalp, like I said, it's not mandatory that you scalp your lawn, even though people will scream and holler, scalp, 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 scalp. Scalping is great. It gets your yard greener quicker, but everybody can't scalp. So right now what we're going to do is go ahead, cut it as low as we can, and we're going to bag up these clippings, and we're going to dump them over there. All right. Break in the cutting action there. Look, some of you guys, and I've seen this, and you've seen this, the bag is full and you're still cutting. So when you keep doing that, let me show you what could potentially happen. Where he kind of popped the wheelie, and we saw the you see that circle? That's because the grass can't go up in the grass catcher. So you're gonna have to keep checking that bagger to dump it. All right, so let's go ahead. Next, before we dump it, I just want to show you something real quick. Now, like I said, because we semi-scalped this yard, and you've seen the video, if not, click on that link up there. But you can see that greenness starting to come, all right? That's over there at 1 inch. At that bagger height, excuse me, at that lawnmower height right there. So we still got some brownness in it. Now, let me show you this. Get on top of it, and you can see I got a lot of green starting to come up in there. So one thing I'll do with that is just keep on cutting it, keep cutting it. And like I said, guys, if you want to use a bagger, that's fine. If you want to mulch, that's even better, all right? But based on time restraints and stuff, we just don't have time to bag every cut. But listen, this is starting to come along right here. All right, so what we did, I sent BYD in the house to get the bagger, and not the bagger, the blower. And guys, like I said, I'm licking my lips like crazy, like LL Cool J over here, because there's so much pollen out here, it's ridiculous. So I want him to blow this off before I actually take that bagger off, because I just don't want dust everywhere. All right, so I'm gonna let him go ahead and blow that off. Hey guys, look, I'm finna go ahead and dump this thing. Like I said, it's not that hard. You know, they kind of made it easy for you. You got this part right here. Just kind of push that up. Pull up on it. You see these two notches? Like I said, all lawnmowers are different, so it's gonna be different, but it's a notch there, notch there. Kind of pull it out the notch, tilt it back, and just let that go. Walk it over to your dump pile. And most of your baggers will have a little handle or something. See right there? See that BYD Junior? Will have a little handle to help push you dump it. And just gotta get that out. You see the inside, guys? This is another thing. When you're cutting wet grass, you're gonna start putting a coat of grass on here that's gonna clog up these pores. It's one of the reasons why I tell you don't cut wet grass. But these pores helps. It's gonna go in here and it just kind of helps pushes the air so you can fill this bag up. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this back on the lawnmower. And like I said, we lift that little hatch up, click it down in there, and you just close it. That's it. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and let BYD Junior finish cutting the yard. You see, I got a nice little pile there. Gets clogged up like that, sometimes you can reach your hand up in there and just kind of break it loose with your hand. Well, I could be wrong. And it should pull all the way out now. Guys, I will say one thing about this little Snapper 22-inch all-wheel drive with the Honda GCV 160 engine on it. That little bagger held a lot of dead grass. It held a lot of dead grass, guys. All right, now you see, you know, what it looks like. Got a lot of browning. That means those weeds are dead. They're gone. I'll get as close as I can. They are toast. But don't pull this stuff up, guys. Don't even touch it because it still has herbicide on it. Whatever you didn't catch of the poana, guys, you know you can go back and retreat that or spot treat it. Or if you feel like you need to treat the whole yard, that's fine. Read the label instructions to see how long they say that you can reapply if you're going to do the entire yard again. All right. And remember, every 10 days, guys, not every 10 days, 10 minutes of your day, once a week, if you see any weeds that you missed, doesn't necessarily have to be the spectracide weed stop for lawn. It could be whatever one you think works best, but this is the one that I use. Hit those weeds again. And like I said, just go around, find spots, and I'll use an example. Let's just say it would work on that poema. Just spray it, walk through your yard, find spots. Now this yard is virtually weed free of any other weed. The only weed that we're having an issue with still is the poana. One thing about poana, it will die once the temperatures start to get hot enough in the latter part of spring. Okay, yard fanatics, and that is the update on how to get rid of the weeds out of your lawn quickly. It's coming along very well. And guys, I hope you learned something. If this video has been informative and you're more confident that you can take care of those weeds on your own, guys, please click on that subscription button and turn on that notification bell. And remember one thing, you are tuned into Bermuda Grass Central with BYD. This is Michael Bowman.